And okay, cool. I'm ready whenever you are.
All right, I'm ready.
Okay, cool. So, do you want to talk a little bit about these games first, or just go into it?
Few opening thoughts. So, Falco, oh my God. I've been practicing power shielding, but it's rough so far. I can do it reliably maybe at certain distances I feel like I can do it well, other times just not really, but so I'm trying to focus right now on options out of laser and how I should approach certain things out of laser because I feel like I'm picking all the wrong options at the wrong times.
Okay, cool. So let's talk about those laser options before we get into it then. What are your ideas for dealing with lasers right now?
All right. If I have a Falco who's a little antsy, I use jab a lot to snuff their approach if I think they're approaching out of laser too quick. If they laser dash back, if I notice it fast enough, I either go for dash attack, but I usually opt for wave dash down tilt or dash down tilt to catch their dash back. If I feel like I can't deal with their lasers or I'm acting too slow, I'll just opt for like platform or jumping over it altogether and dash back and dash back grab, anything along those lines. If for just regular laser.
Mm-hmm.
Like maybe roll if I get caught in shield. That's a whole different thing though, I think.
Okay, but you were just talking about like parashield stuff. So where does parashield work in? Because I noticed you didn't mention that at all, despite saying it's like, oh, I'm really trying to work on parashielding.
I it's I don't know where to put power shielding in. It's like I know the difference between like one and the other, but I find that I'm afraid to power shield because if I miss the power shield, I feel like it's just really bad because I just end up getting caught in shield as Marth.
Okay.
I'm afraid to do it, which makes me not know how to use it very super well.
Okay. So this is something that I've talked about a little bit before. Do you know the difference, like functionally, between like when you should shield a laser versus when you should take it to the face?
Um, no.
Okay. So the way it works is if you shield any move, including laser, you get less hit lag than if you or you get less stun than if you were to get hit by it.
Okay.
So it means you can act more quickly, right? Because you have less stun. The
Okay.
trade off is that you can't do grounded options. For example, you can't take a laser on you can't shield a laser and then dash back, or like shield a laser and then jab. Like those were two things that you were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
So what can you do out of shield? Well,
Uh,
go.
jump options.
Yeah, exactly. You can jump. So what options are those?
Fair, nair. Let's see. I can approach forward, but I mean, I don't think that's great.
Right.
Oh,
So
like a wave dash.
exactly. So basically, you can whenever you shield laser, you can roll, you can do an aerial, or you can wave dash out of shield. Basically. So in other words, if you see a laser coming and then like you so basically the idea is like for each distance in each kind of laser, you should have like an idea in mind in how you're going to deal with it, right? So easiest example, if you're all the way across FD from Falco player who's just like shooting lasers at you, there's no real compelling reason for you to like take these lasers to the face when you can't really punish it. It would be better to just like shield the laser, not take the damage, and then wave dash, and then just treat power shield as a bonus. Like if you get the power shield, then that's great. But I mean, being able to move a little more quickly out of your shield than compared to just getting hit by a laser is really what we're after. Does that make sense?
Yeah, so I don't take the damage and I can close the gap.
Yeah, exactly. So what I would say is like for each distance, you should figure out like, oh, I want to, you want to think about each distance and be like, oh, is it a good idea for me to shield this laser, or would it be better for me to take the laser? Because obviously there are times when taking the laser is very important, and you already know that. and it just means like, so basically between shield and taking the laser, you are trading off like speed versus like flexibility in terms of your options.
Okay.
So yeah, basically you want to figure out like the distances lasers are shot at from which you would rather shield versus the distances that lasers are shot at where you would rather take it and then put out a hitbox like jab or go for a dash back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I remember Mango talking about how it was about a platform distance. Falcos don't really like they shouldn't be shooting lasers around that area, so at that point it's like safer for me to move in sort of.
Sure. Yeah, yeah. That has to do with like more aggressively like challenging a laser by trying to beat laser before it comes out.
Yeah.
Because the fastest a laser any laser can come out is actually 18 frames. It takes a really long time for a laser to come out. Like if you're like if they're starting from the ground, because laser takes 13 frames to come out in the air, and then Falco has 5 frames of jump squat. So that means the fastest Falco can short hop and shoot a laser is almost a third of a second.
Okay.
So 18 frames is a really long time in melee, obviously.
Yeah.
So that means like at that distance, which is kind of what Mango's talking about, where if you're at this distance, it's unsafe to shoot a laser. And to be fair, like if you're Falco, sometimes you just have to shoot unsafe lasers, but like the game will just demand it, or it'll just happen sometimes. But yeah, if you're basically as Marth platform distance from Falco, then
Yeah.
I totally believe that you should like seek to aggressively stuff his laser option because you have a big sword.
Slice.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, keep that in mind. Before we get into this, I'm just gonna do my usual thing where I'm just gonna watch through this game first, and then we will see, and then yeah, we'll go back to the beginning of the game and we'll compare notes. And I guess you wanted specifically to look at the laser interactions and like with more emphasis and not worry about the rest.
Laser options and DI. I think that I DI decently in this matchup, but I also feel like I get caught. But I think that has more to do with Mocha doing the right things to catch my good DI.
Okay, sure.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
All right.
So yeah, let's get started. Oops, that's my computer.
Yeah.
You really should have back in there.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, shine back air would have hit you. Sorry.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah.
I was like, I thought I did the Mewtwo King.
No, you did it. Sorry.
Uh, God, I act so slow. Jesus Christ. Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. For some reason. Okay, cool. Okay, so talking about the laser stuff, what did you notice on that rewatch?
Oh God. I noticed me trying to act out of laser before I even would see him doing anything,
Uh huh.
which was dumb. I remember there was one period where I just also stood there and jabbed 3 times in a row because I was just scared.
Yeah.
And I see me starting to wave dash to chase, but it's like I'll wave dash too far, or I'll wave dash in like a situation where like Falco will dash away, but then I end up way too close and stuck in crouch or something.
Uh huh.
Uh, I also just like I said, I still feel like I'm just picking poor options for like the situations, and I also keep accidentally double jumping, which is atrocious. But
Okay, sure. Do you think that it's atrocious because it's double jump or because it's on accident?
I don't think double jump is necessarily always bad. I just think that where I'm doing them is atrocious and they're on accident.
Okay, so are they accidental because you're just like, are they accidental because you wanted to do it and it was a mistake, or are they accidental because like you fucked up and didn't mean to do it?
I fucked up and I didn't mean to do it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's I sometimes like I need to get a new stick box because the one that I have like sometimes I'll be dashing and I'm not used to it and I'll end up doing a jump.
Yeah.
hmm I also just need to work on dash dancing in general, I think.
Okay. So it sounds like you already have like a lot of ideas about what went wrong.
Yeah.
So let's have you take me through the laser actions and say like what you did do and what you
Yeah.
think you should have done or could have done better.
Right here, I don't like this. I don't like this snare.
Uh
It
huh.
doesn't do anything. Like I said, he hadn't even moved in or done anything, and I'm just throwing it out like an idiot.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I get hit by this laser. I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure.
you should.
And yeah, and then I see him moving in with this laser, and then I shield here, and I really feel like I could have jabbed or done something like maybe shield grab.
Yeah.
Do I shield grab?
No. So the laser here is like, well, you did nair like a little bit earlier, like you said, but this nair is not so bad because actually you could do this really scummy thing where if you nair like this, the laser hits you. You can. Sometimes you have to SCR, but I'm pretty sure for this laser and most lasers you don't. You can just mash fair here, and that's what you should do.
Will the Falco get there in time to get hit by the like to run into the fair in this
No,
scenario?
or he could if he goes in immediately, but generally the thing is just like the fair if you do it because the laser resets momentum and you can do the fair going
Mhm.
straight down instead of going forward. If he's going to try to avoid the fair, then he also can't really like true punish you
Follow
from
up.
this distance other than a laser, so it's just like a safe thing to do. And if he
Oh, it
does
just
run into
resets the
it,
situation.
yeah, and if he does run to it, then you get a fair on him.
hmm
Right. So, something else you can do that's a lot cheesier if you're sure that he's going to approaching aerial after the laser is you could do like take laser counter. That's a thing that you can do. But yeah, take laser fair while in midair is something that's really big to work on. And yeah, if you do the snare, it's really easy to practice on the Uncle Punch Bot. You just like nair at the Uncle Punch Bot, and then whenever you get hit by a laser, you try to mash out a fair as quickly as possible.
All right.
So that's something I would say to work on.
Behind. I tried the shield drop. Yeah, like right here, right here. Watch. When I fall, I move in here because I'm like, okay, he's gonna run away laser. But then I do a down tilt, which doesn't hit. But
Yeah.
I don't know what I should be doing. Should I
So the
like go back?
so the down
I'm
tilt
sorry.
is fine. I actually use this down tilt a lot. You were just a little bit slow on the wave dash. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
So what are you aiming for when you do this down tilt? Is a question.
I think that he's gonna move back and reset laser. So I was trying to catch him before he like got out of jump squat to do his laser.
Okay.
Or if he did any kind of dash back, I was trying to catch his dash back.
I would say that for this purpose, you would be better off using a move like dash attack or forward smash. Forward smash, dash attack are a little bit higher. Like they're not actually safe, of course, because they're forward smash and dash attack. They're a little
Yeah.
safer against Falco if you read a laser, because if you get hit by a laser, then you just go through laser stun instead of the end lag on your move. So if you know they're going to laser, then that can be an effective thing to do because it's just high reward for hitting it. It's kind of
Is
cheesy, but whatever.
is
If
dash attack higher than down tilt?
Oh, certainly, without a question. If you just look at the hitboxes, like dash attack comes up and catches jump a lot of the time, whereas down tilt doesn't really. Down tilt just like loses the jumps in general.
All right.
But if you're going to use this down tilt, which I use this down tilt a lot, I think you aiming for the dash back is a little bit of the wrong idea. I think you're aiming it too late. If you're going to wave dash in and down tilt after shielding this laser, you should be aiming to be down tilting his landing because he has to land after the laser.
Okay. So,
So
okay.
so yeah, let's play this back. First off, so you need a so you want to like read that he's going to laser right here, and then you would wave dash in, and then you would down tilt him as he lands from this laser.
Oh, okay. So after the laser.
Yeah, you're down
Okay.
tilting his landing after the laser.
Oh, okay. So I would just wait a little ahead of him instead of a little where I was. Okay.
Yeah. So in this spot, actually, I don't know if you noticed that, but he didn't like laser dash back. Laser, you hit him with there, and then he went to dash back, and then he did laser. But you see where dash attack would have hit here, right?
Yeah, it would have hit him.
So like
Definitely.
down tilt is more for hitting landings. I would say in general, you could say that down tilt is more for hitting landings. If you're going to call out like a dash back, then you'd be better off using a move like forward smash or dash attack. Sorry, I meant down tilts for landing, and then you want to use
Yeah,
dash
yeah.
attack or down or forward smash to catch dash away.
All right. I fucked up my dash, but that's okay.
So to that purpose, like a lot of these times, if you're doing this down tilt here, we're about to see it, not this one, or maybe it was that one.
Yeah, I think it was.
Like it doesn't make that much sense to do this down tilt to like try to catch his movement when you could just like do something that gets you a little bit higher reward.
Okay. Like right there, sort of.
Yeah. Stabs are fine.
I think I should have dashed out of that. Like instead of sitting there.
Okay. This is a good laser interaction. Let's see. Yeah, so down tilting in place here, kind of questionable, right?
Okay.
So here's a question. When you're doing this down tilt in place, what are you thinking?
I'm afraid that he's gonna move in, but like you said, I don't feel like he would move in like that. I feel like he would aerial.
Right, exactly. That's what I'm saying. So like if you
Because of
were
the space.
yeah, if you were going to if he was going to move in, like you have to be specifically reading that he'd be doing like a dash attack or like I guess like a forward tilt or like a dash JC shine.
Yeah.
But from
Something
this
less.
distance,
Yeah.
it's like pretty unlikely, right? Like normally when you think of Falco moving in after a laser, you think, oh, he's going to do an aerial. He's going to like down air or neutral air at me, right?
Yeah.
So to that purpose, like doing the down tilt just kind of opens you up unless you get hit by it. So I don't think it was wrong necessarily for you to do a hitbox here, though I would have preferred dash back. It's just like, yeah, you should be picking something that's going to beat the jump in.
Like Nair Fair.
Yeah, you could take the laser, or so bringing that up, like at this distance, so there's two parts to this. Like basically at this distance, I should back up one more. Okay, so at this distance, he's about to shoot a laser. So right here, you can shield. If you're going to fair or nair to try to catch him jumping in, then you may as well shield first, right? Because that will let you do it faster.
Yeah. Instead of getting hit by the laser. Okay.
Yeah, so you can. That's kind of what we talked about at the beginning. So you can shield, and you can go for a power shield too. So what Zane does is he goes for a dash back power shield right here, and if you dash back and power shield, then first off it makes the power shield more lenient, and second off, like if you hit the power shield, obviously like it's just good for you if he shoots a high laser because he can't go over it. And if you don't power shield, then you're still in shield, and then you can fair or nair quickly. Alternatively, if you're going to take this laser like you did right here, then you should be prepared to dash out of it instead.
Yep.
So it just has to do with like your game planning around laser, where you say like, oh, I'm going to fair whenever I shield. Like whenever I shield, I'm going to wait dash or I'm going to fair. And when I take it, I'm going to dash. It doesn't have to be like that much more complicated to start off with.
Okay, shield, wave dash or fair, everything else dash. Okay.
Yeah. And so based off of also, so you can also like do your work kind of like backwards from this spot, right? So like based off of how you want to act against each type of laser, then you can like kind of just like figure out, oh, is it better for me to shield or take the laser? I think at this spot it's pretty like reasonable to do either option, but so like if you look at how late your dash after this laser is, or you didn't dash, sorry, you did a hitbox. If you look at how you chose to do that, then it's just like, oh, taking this laser makes a lot of sense because you wanted to do a hitbox immediately after. But from this distance, maybe it would have been better to either dash back or shield it and then do an aerial out. But anyway, if you want to catch him, yeah, we talked about how this down tilt doesn't make sense from this distance because he's going to jump over. So he actually wave dashes back and then shoots a short laser, and then you just got hit by this one. So you weren't ready for basically this wave dash back movement. But you see how you totally had time where you could have like gone for like power shield would have been great in this scenario.
Yeah, going
like
back
right
would
here,
more space, more time.
Like right here, whenever you dash back, you dash forward, you may as well have just gone for the shield because look at the distance whenever he is about to shoot a laser.
Oh, I had so many frames.
Yeah.
I had so many frames.
So like right here, this is like actually like a pretty far distance, and then but you dashed forward into it, which made his punish like become like a lot more true off of it.
Yeah. Ah, right there, that wasn't a jump.
Okay, I want to back this.
Fair.
So right here, you should have hit confirm this fair, by the way, because it looks like you didn't necessarily expect this fair to connect. Because like, look how you did your drift on this fair. Look at this.
Okay, I did know the spare was gonna hit. I just didn't drift. I thought I might have been like a little too slow, but I was pretty sure it was gonna hit.
Yeah, you needed to go full forward on the sphere. If you had gone full forward on the sphere, then you could have like gotten a follow up. You could have at least gotten another fair. Maybe you could have gotten into a Ken combo. But because you kind of went like this, you kind of like resort to a situation where you have to like guess at this thing.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see this laser. Okay. I think that's all fair.
Damn. Okay, that was a decent jab.
It's kind of funny. I don't think this jab's like kind of weird because it feels like you kind of got lucky. Cause like
yeah.
Okay, so he does laser dash back on your jab. So and then you just like jab again. Like, and I think he just like fucked up his drift he just like fucked up his drift a little bit and then got hit by jab. I think he got pretty lucky here actually. Cause like, so he kind of outplays you doing like laser immediate hitbox with laser dash back. That's what laser dash back does. It beats like take a laser and then press a button. And then if he comes in and he like does his drift better and he shoots his laser to where he like lands right here, like he does a full forward, he just like lasers forward and lets go of the stick, then he gets his laser out right here, and then you're jabbing, you get hit by this laser, and then he gets an opening on you. I think this exchange actually turned out to be pretty fortunate for you, just like considering the actual interactions. Like, it does feel like you were just like jabbing and you didn't realize that he had done a laser dash back.
Okay.
Do you agree with that, or do you?
Yeah, no, I definitely didn't put this jab out with the intent of, oh, it is definitely going to hit.
Okay.
Like,
and it's like you might also be reading like an approaching aerial. Like, it's fine to be clear. Like, it's totally fine if you're like, oh, I think he's going to approaching aerial after he does this laser dash back because like, and then because that's just like. Well, that's fighting games. That's like guessing the mix-up.
Yeah.
And sometimes you're not right, but sometimes you are. It's just like, so it's fine if you had that in mind. But if you were like jabbing just because it's just like, I don't know, I'm going to jab, then that's kind of like, oh, well, this jab happened to work. But, overall, it's actually pretty lucky.
Yeah, it's just a good guess.
Yeah, and he also didn't even like do an aerial, he just did a laser and then messed up. And then you also jabbed again afterwards, after connecting this jab. You need to be prepared to play this minigame where after... So if you're jabbing, it should be because you expect... In this case, like, whenever you're jabbing, you're expecting the possibility that a jab might hit. So it seems like this is like... So you do a second jab here. Do you think that's like an input error, or...
Oh, that was me jamming the button.
Okay.
Like, that is definitely something that happened.
Okay, so you should definitely try to, like, time your input instead, right? So that you don't end up in this kind of situation. Because after you get this jab, well, you don't get a true punish, but you do get... But Falco kind of gets, like, quote-unquote staggered, and you get to, like, pick what you want after... You get to, like, try to read his option after he gets hit by this. So either he'll like go in or he'll go away. Usually, one of those two.
Yeah, it like resets the situation again.
Yeah, but the reset is like in your favor because you just hit him. So he either
has to do something.
Yeah, so either like most commonly either they'll just like jump in again immediately after the jab, or they'll try to dash away. So if you read a jump in afterwards, if you read him jumping in afterwards, then you can just like forward smash in place, or you can dash back and then try to grab his jump in. Or if you read that he's going to dash away, then you can try to chase him with any of your overshoot moves.
Okay.
So whenever you do like take laser jab, like all of this like option tree stuff should be kind of in your mind, where you have to be ready to play the next mix up after the jab, because that's all part of like the jab option tree, since jab doesn't ever lead to a true combo.
Yeah. Oh god, this matchup, like the mini game in this matchup, and I say this, it's like this matchup has plagued me since day one. But like, I'm fortunate that I play Marth that I can fuck up Falco. But like, Falco's the only character in the game where I have to sit here and like do this thing where I have to worry about something constantly, kind of like people in the Marth matchup. You know what I mean?
Well, Falco definitely has powerful tool in terms of lasers, where it's like, you do have to like kind of play around lasers and understand those interactions, but it's like also kind of okay because, well, even though Falco has control of the laser most of the time, you also like both players know that all the action takes place surrounding lasers, so you also know like when things are going to happen. Plus, just like, like every character just has some bullshit that you have to deal with the whole game.
Yeah.
Like Peach, you have to constantly like balance
Bounce
between
dash.
getting hit by dash attack and getting like letting her pull turnip, like, and trying to
Yeah.
like balance those distances. So I don't think it's like necessarily more of a Falco thing, but lasers are just like more obviously there. But
Yeah.
I think it's present in every matchup.
Yeah, every matchup has their own little flavor of bullshit. I know what you mean.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, that's fucked up. Oop.
Yeah, so you see, like, you are just like pressing jab a lot. So it's like if you are a little bit more aware of like all the option sets, and to the point where you didn't have to think about it, and you're able to watch Falco while he's doing lasers, you would see that Mocha's like doing so much laser dash back. See, he does like his pattern in this game is like he does laser dash. So he does right here he shoots a laser.
Laser,
He
wave
laser
dash, back,
dash.
laser.
Yeah, so he does laser, then laser dash back, then he'll like try to approach with a laser or an aerial. But you were still jabbing on all of the times whenever he was doing laser dash back. So that's like the kind of thing that like it's like the kind of like guess situation against Falco, or like the prediction and then reaction situation against Falco, where you have to like really get in there because like, well, it's Falco, so usually Falco's like winning a neutral until he loses it.
Yeah.
He should have back in there.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see this laser. I'm pretty sure there's not a lot to do afterwards. Just because, like, he ledge dashed with shield.
Yeah.
So, like, that made what he did just, like, safe in general. So, like, your other options here were, like, you could have up tilted after your ledge dash, or you could have gone for a down tilt, or you could have just, like, gone on the stage a little bit differently. But yeah, I'm pretty sure this is just good on his part.
Terrible up tilts. I hate those. God, they're so fucking bad.
Yeah, so you do them because you're, like, scared, right?
Yeah, they're my panic option.
Yeah. That was nice. This is like kind of like, so the way this worked out obviously wasn't like super perfect, but it's like this is like kind of thing where it's just like it's not safe for Falco to jump whenever Marth isn't in laser stun and he's right in Falco's face, exactly because of stuff like this. It's just like Marth, if you're I guess I'll back it up to right before the forward smash. Yeah, so like this spot right here, where it's just like so close. This is exactly what we're talking about. It's like platform distance or closer. If Falco doesn't have Marth like in some sort of commitment already, like he's with the move, or he's been hit by a laser, or even like Marth is shielding, or he's done a wave dash, it's just like it's so dangerous for Falco to jump because the jump squad is so long and Marth's sword is so big. Falco has short range, so this is exactly the kind of stuff that happens. You just get forward smash and like die. It doesn't have to be forward smash, obviously. Like, I would probably have picked Nair or whatever, but you know, it's the same. It's the same idea, regardless. This side B was very important for you to hit, but I'm sure you were just like reading it and not letting yourself react to it. So that's probably why that happened. That's what happens to me all the time. Okay, so let's look at this one. You'd get hit by this laser, and then you dash back, but you dash like all the way back over here. So did you mean to be over here, or did you fuck up?
No, like watch play for a second. Watch like I actually mess up like my dash back, so I panic and then do an air in place. Cause like whenever I try to, I do that. I go into that weird like skate animation, I think, because I tried to do dash back, but like I either input it wrong or like I fucked it up. Like
Okay.
I meant to dash back in and grab.
Yeah. So like this is so it looks so like this is a good like metric of a distance where you're like able to easily react to the laser and then dash back and then try to get a dash dance grab on it. You just dash too far.
Yeah. Okay. A little bigger than a platform.
Gotcha. Yeah, and like if you have good reactions or if you practice this a lot, then you can definitely get closer to that. Zane probably does it from about platform distance, or even a little bit closer than that. But, you know, that's just like being practiced. You know, once you're really practicing it, then you can get to do it really quickly after the laser.
Gotcha.
Okay, the snare is fine. It's just to catch him if he chases you. Yeah, then you just like wave dash in and catch the laser. That's fine.
Shine's so big.
No, it's not.
Isn't it like bigger behind?
It is, but Shine is really small. It's just like, I mean, it just happens. You just like stuck out. I get hit by this too. It's just like you stuck out your grab and you're a little slow. I don't think the takeaway is that Shine is big. It's just like, Shine is fast and I was slow.
I die here, but can't I like grab earlier to like combat that?
Yeah.
Okay.
It literally happens because you grab too slowly or you dash too slowly. It can only be one of those two, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this is a good example of like being aware of Falco's mix-ups after you jab him. So like you jab him after this laser here, and then you're just mashing, so you don't really get to play an additional situation. And then you just like whiff a grab on nothing, and then get hit by a laser forward smash. But you should be like more aware of like, oh, after I jab Falco right here, what's he gonna do? Is he gonna like dash in? Is he gonna jump? Is he gonna like dash back? And you just pick. You have to guess. So you just pick one of those things and you just try to cover it. But yeah, it's better than like shield grabbing.
Okay, after I do the first grab and he gets knocked in front of me, is the shine like?
Oh, he can't.
Is that?
He can't shine you after you jab him.
Okay. That's something I've been terrified of because I'm like the only reason I jab twice there is because like if I feel like the distance isn't big enough, I'm like, oh shit, he's gonna outshine me because he's faster than me. So I want to make more distance.
He generally should not be able to shine you from that. Just because like shine is way smaller than you think it is, and yeah, basically it's way smaller than you think it is. And if your jab is like remotely spaced, they should not be able to shine you after you take laser and jab them away.
Okay.
Yeah, this will just happen. So yeah, this is where he like starts getting right on top of you with the laser. And then it's just like, okay, so let's see. Why did this happen? Well, what is the distance?
It was about the same. Oh, it was a little smaller.
Yeah, so what changed here? What changed here between this and the other situation? Let me ask you.
He moved before I did.
Yeah, so he did an approaching laser. So he did a laser here that specifically beats you dashing back.
Yeah.
He just did like an overshoot laser, and this is just kind of thing that happens. And this is a perfect example of like how pathetic Shine is. It doesn't even hit you.
So is question, is the laser the thing that's turning me around here?
Yes.
Okay, cool, because I was like, I don't recall turning around.
Whenever you
There
get
is no
hit
way.
by any move, including projectiles like lasers, it will turn you to face the direction that you got hit from. So they could,
Alright.
for example, like hit you in the front and then like cross you up afterwards. Then you'd be facing your back would be facing them. But it hits whenever a move hits you. If you like dash away and they shoot a laser and hits your back, your character will turn around by itself. So you don't need to like turn around and input a jab. You can just press jab.
Alright.
And this is how pathetic Shine is, by the way. He's like all up in your shit, and this still doesn't hit you. This is what I mean when I tell you Shine is really small.
Yeah. I don't like those down tilts. I do them every time.
Did you read an early down air here?
Oh yeah. Like I knew he was gonna come up on top of me, so like
Yeah.
I was going for the down throw.
Yeah, but did you read an early aerial or
I just read an
what?
aerial.
Because he could have just okay, but he could have done a late aerial and you would have gotten blown up, right?
Really?
Yeah.
Like it would have gone through my shield probably.
No, you can't shield grab late aerial
Why not?
because it's safe on shield. He can up tilt or shine you afterwards.
Oh yeah, because my shield is smaller.
Yeah, okay, so you see what happened here actually fucked up twice where he could have first off, if he's gonna do this early aerial, he could have drifted better and he could have just crossed up your shield and then behind you, and then the shield grab will whiff and then he'll get a punish on you. Or if he did a late aerial, then he could have gotten a shine or up tilt you before you got your shield grab out. So that's why
Okay.
I specifically asked you, did you read that he was gonna do an early aerial? Because if you didn't read an early aerial, then you kind of just got lucky. If you read the early aerial, then you read it right. Whatever. There's not much I can say. But
Yeah.
by all accounts of like, oh, I didn't know. Like, if I weren't certain that he was going to early aerial here, then this shield grab is a very bad idea.
Okay.
Because it's like just like all these situations where like if he crosses you up with this down air, or if he did late down air and then he shines, and then he catches you trying to shield grab, then that's a fat combo. This shield grab is lucky to connect, as
Uh,
long as if it's not a read.
can you go back a couple seconds? I want to see something. Like I want to see what happens before I get put there.
He does the overshoot laser, he whisks the shine as you shield,
Hmm.
and then he goes for early down air right here.
Yeah.
By the way, this
Mm,
totally looks like it's going to cross up too, because he's really close. I would
yeah.
personally not want to shield grab here. It's fortuitous for you that it worked out, but this is a pretty dangerous move.
What should I do?
I would stay in shield, and then I would try to wave dash out this way. I would try to wave dash out this way.
All right. Is it fast enough to beat the grab, like, or the late aerial options?
You can. So if he does a late aerial, then basically you have to like look for the gaps, right? So he might.
Mm-hmm.
So if he does like late aerial and then shines immediately, then you would have to wait until after the shine to act. But if he does late, aerial and then doesn't shine, then you don't have to wait for the shine. But in general, I would say like, oh, you could wait for the shine here after the late aerial. Or if he does an early aerial and he crosses you up, then you can definitely wave dash out before you can shine.
Okay, so most of the time I have time to wave dash out at some point.
Yeah, there's always a gap. There's no such thing as like perfect like full shield pressure sequences that like lasts forever, right? Usually, if
Yeah.
in melee, like if there's a shield pressure sequence, there's either a gap somewhere for you to escape with like a roll or like what or a wave dash out, or if that's not the case, then it's a short sequence. So, for example, like classic example is like Spaceys if they do late aerial on your shield, and then they shine, and then they do an immediate rising aerial, then you can't roll during any of that. Then you won't be able to like wave dash out during any of that sequence. That is airtight. But after that, the last part they did was a rising aerial. So that means you can get out right after that rising aerial. So there's always a
Oh,
gap. You just have to figure out where the gap is.
okay, I see what you're saying. Like, because this is rising, I have more time to, like, scooch away.
Yeah,
I see.
exactly. And it's just like fortunate for you that he ended up not crossing up your shield for some reason, and then you got a shield grab. Which, like,
Yeah,
having a down throw plan here is fine, but you need to understand that, like,
it
this
was
shield
lucky.
grab will get you in a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
I don't hate this down tilt, no matter
Is
what
there,
you say.
by the way, okay, right here, is there any way I can go get Falco out there whenever they do that, like, far down and away DI?
Yeah, run off fair.
Really?
You could just YOLO and run off fair at him, and then this
Will it
is
hit?
yes.
Fuck.
Run off fair destroys Shine Stall in general, and it is generally like the call out to like double jump sweet spot attempts. Like, which this is like Shine Stall into double jump sweet spot. So like
Yeah,
this is specifically like what run off fair beats.
yeah.
And he has
Okay, okay.
options to deal with it too, but yeah, I mean, I think like so like doing like a down throw down tilt is really strong against Falco because it's hard for him to get around it. And then if you notice they're like double jump sweet spotting around a lot, you can just gomble and run off
Ooh.
air. It's really strong.
Yeah.
So yeah, run off air totally
I
gets
should
there.
have just jabbed. Oh
Yeah.
my god, should have done anything.
So this was kind of sloppy too. After this, you forward throw, and then you so this down tilt is fine. Then you like wave dash forward, like you were still gonna get him. So it's like either you're either going to like down tilt and then like turn around to grab roll in, or you're going to forward throw and you're going to react to his tech with wave dash. You only do one of
Yeah.
the two, right?
I've heard that is it true that like forward throw is reactable for me? Like as opposed to like down throw
What
in
do
the
you mean by
situation?
reactable?
Like I remember LSD saying something about like forward throw. If I forward throw, then I immediately do a dash that I can react to the tech roll.
Yes, forward throw is a better tech chasing roll than down throw is, and it will generally give you more tech chases than down throw will. Usually
Okay.
down throw there is like if they down and away DI the down throw and they tech roll away, it requires a read and you can't get there in time.
Yeah.
Yes, and yes, you can react to tech chase with forward throw by forward throwing and then wave dashing to where it's sending them and then react to the tech with grab or chasing after the roll.
All right.
So after this forward throw, I mean, if you're going to down tilt, I mean, that's fine, but you need to know, like, oh, what's going to happen after this down tilt? Because basically, this wave dash forward ruins your ability to get a tech chase.
Yeah, I should have waved. I should have dashed forward, then dashed back and grabbed him. I had way more than enough time.
No, you should have. So after this forward throw, you down tilt. You see, you don't have time to dash forward and then dash back at all. He would have totally gotten out.
Can I pivot grab that?
Yeah, but you can't dash forward. Like you
Okay.
can't do like a big dash forward. You're either if you're going to down tilt, then you're either like so your down tilt is like oh you forward throw them and you down tilt, and if the down tilt hits, then your down tilt
Sick.
hits. And
Yeah.
if they DI behind, then you immediately dash back. You don't have time to like dash forward or whatever. You could just like turn around and grab.
Okay.
Or you can forward throw him here. Or you can forward throw him here, and then instead of doing this down tilt, immediately wave dash right here. And then tech chase him as normal.
Okay. Because I totally can. That yeah, the grab is totally reactable.
Right, so you did the wave dash here as if you didn't down tilt. So it's like kind of like either your wires got crossed or you didn't understand how this corner situation works.
Yeah, no. I didn't. Right here, I was just like, I was just trying to go like where I thought he was gonna go, but I was super late anyway.
Yeah, exactly, and that's why like that's not how this works. It's because exactly why that's not how this works. It's because you don't have time to do everything.
Yeah.
So like this is a kind of similar thing where it's just like you're like spamming hitboxes. And I remember that you actually do hit him after the situation. You're like kind of just like spamming hitboxes after laser as a default, even though he's like not approaching, he's dashing back a lot after his laser. So none of these hitboxes should ever work, and they actually don't. You just eventually like go charge forward and get him.
I should be moving forward.
Yeah, you should be trying to adjust a little bit more, or you could at least like go up to this platform. I think it's a little bit silly that you go to this platform, then you immediately come down.
I thought he was gonna cover the top. So like, one sec. This is another idea I want to run past you. Watch what I do. So like, you see how I waveland here?
Yeah.
So something I'll do whenever I'm waiting, I'll shield drop through, and then I'll immediately jump again and do like another fucking landing.
Yeah,
But
that's
this time,
not what you did.
yeah. But I'm like right here. If I would have done that, is that good for like trying to make him shoot the high laser so I can make an opening, or is that like just
Sure.
not worth it?
Sure.
Okay.
I mean, the point is that
Yeah.
if you go on the side platform, and then if you're going to go on a side platform, then you can like look at him and then be like, okay, what's he doing now and reacting. You just kind of just like went on the side platform and then immediately fell back through. So it did a lot of nothing, right? Like, look at this.
Yeah. Yeah, I see.
You just did another. This is just a more complicated way to do another take laser hitbox in place, which was exactly the same thing as you were doing the whole time. You see what I mean?
Yeah, I just did a more complicated version of standing still.
Yeah. I don't mind. I actually really like you going to the platform here. But I don't like you coming off immediately. I like you come to the platform right here, and then just like either stand here or like walk forward a little bit and see what he does. And then like if he like backs off and then like shoots and jumps higher, full hop to shoot these lasers, then you can just come down. And then you can react to that and just come down and come get him, which is kind of like what you were talking about. Or if he like comes forward, then you can be like, okay, I'm coming back down. And I'm covering myself as I come down. But the way you did it, where you just like kind of did it immediately, didn't really do much for you.
All right.
And then you just like, and this is like basically why like once you get close to Falco, it's just like very unsafe for him to shoot a laser. I mean, he even tried to approach afterwards, though.
I should have up through him right here.
Yeah. You should have gone for a grab here, by the way. That should have been a grab. After this up.
Really? Would that have got him?
Maybe. You could have at least tech chase. This,
Oh, I see what you're saying.
I'm telling you
Because
this.
there's enough time.
Yeah, I'm telling you this fair never works.
Okay.
Okay.
I tried to
You
shield drop fair.
up there, yeah.
Yeah, or fair.
Alright, let's see what happened.
Ah!
That sucks.
I know!
That
Because I was
sucks.
like, dude, I'm gonna finally do it. I'm gonna finally beat double laser from ledge. Nah. Nope.
That sucks. And then you do this awful
bonk.
thing. Okay,
Yeah.
so the real reason why this happened is because you had really good DI on this back air, and then you ruin it by double jumping. You're like, wait.
And then I get way too close.
Yeah, so we talked about this forever ago, right?
Yeah.
Where it's just like you shouldn't hold in so much like this after you confirm that you survive, and you shouldn't squander your double jump like this. You were fine right here. If you decided to do like a real recovery here, back here, then you'd be good. You would at least get a decent chance to like, 50-50 in for the ledge. Once you're right here, you're just like, fuck. And you know what you should have done here? You should have air dodged. You should have air dodged rather than up being. You could have just like tried to air dodge the side platform here. That's probably the pick right here. But I totally understand if you don't experience this situation a lot and you're just like, oh, I fucked up. Then it's just like, you don't have time to think of that. You just kind of panic and pick an option. But yeah, if you're going to do like that, at the very least, you could have made this harder by air dodging. But really, you shouldn't have been the spot to begin with because you just like mashed double jump.
I did a dumb thing to put me here in the first place.
Yeah,
I understand.
and he kills you, like, rightfully so.
Yeah. Howard, do you have time for one more game, or do you want to do that tomorrow?
I would prefer to do it tomorrow since it's probably been about an hour.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it kind of has.
yeah.
Tomorrow, I'm gonna send you a game. I want to do this FD game that I got fucked up in really bad.
Okay, sure.
Alrighty. Thank you, Howard. I appreciate it.
Yep. Talk to you tomorrow.
Okay. Later,
Peace.
man.